Good day, one and all, and welcome to the Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. This is an isometric role-playing game, so this will finish up the Let's Plays in the RPG month. Let us begin! We shall start with a new game, and straight away you see that we have some options available to us. Easy, normal, hard, or Path of the Damned. Now, as I'm a complete noob to these party-based RPGs, I'm definitely going to set this to easy. Accept, and let's see what happens. Have you been enjoying the Let's Plays so far? I have. I'm wearing the cloak. The cloak features a lot in the videos, as I'm sure you've realised, both on this channel and on Top Hats and Champagne's channel.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Ooh. So I'm ill. I'm ill. We have to stop the caravan. Now what do we do? Aha! We create a character! Well, of course, this is 1 year of gaming, playing as a strong female character, so we have to be female. And we have an awful lot of options to get through, so let's see. A woman's role in Era is largely dependent on where she's from. Okay, and that is going to depend upon our race. Now, you can either go across the things up here to switch through the different options, or you can click next here, so that we could have clicked that as well. So, race. Human, commonly called folk, are the most common race in the Direwood. So each one has different qualities. The Aumaua have might. Dwarves have might, dexterity. No, they have less dexterity, but they have constitution. Elf, Orlan, and godlike. These are our options. I think it looks pretty cool to have a head on fire, doesn't it? I've been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods. Oh, I think my other character is also a godlike. Or possibly an elf. Don't know. I can't remember. Let's go for a godlike. Is she still female? Yeah, she's still female. Right. So we have dexterity +1 and intellect +1. That'll come in handy. And we can choose death, fire, moon, nature. I think my other character actually is moon. Yeah, that's what she is. So this time I think we're gonna have fire. Fire. The bodies resemble hot metal, burnt wood or stone. Golly. Okay. Cool. Next. Body type. Human. Oh, man. So, large, small, svelte, or equally proportioned, but yes. Let's see. I think we'll go for huge. A huge fiery thing. And now we can choose a class. A barbarian. Ooh, nice outfit. Chanter, Cipher, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Priest, Ranger, Rogue, or Wizard. Golly. Alright, let's have a look at some of the attributes. Barbarians, athletics +2, survival +1, endurance is very high, health is very high, accuracy average, deflection low. Lore and mechanics. I think mechanics is for unlocking locked doors. Stealth, lore and mechanics. I like that, the sound of that. Druid. Lore and survival. Fight. I mean, all of these things we can increase as we go through, as we level up, so it's not terribly. I think this is just your starting settings. Monk. Can't play a monk. I think, where was it? Cipher. Yeah, we're gonna go for Cipher. Just for the hell of it. Just for the purposes of this Let's Play. Next! Okay, now we can choose some powers. Ciphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. These powers cost focus, which ciphers build through the use of their soul whip. A soul whip. My oh my. Antipathetic field. Creates a toxic physical manifestation. Corrosive damage. Dazing and blinds people. Oh, look, I can choose 2 of them. I think we will choose Antipathetic Field and Soul Shock. Both create damage, and I want to have as much damage dealing ability as possible in the beginning. So there we have it. Attributes. So we have 15 points. Now you can see we have all of these. You can see the star recommends which ones you need for this particular race. Sorry, class. And then we have an extra 15. So I'm going to increase all of the ones that are essential for our class. And then increase those. Next. Okay. Now the culture. Aedir. The Aedir Empire is currently the largest and most powerful force in this part of the world. Tropical climate. Tropical, they're made of fire. Deadfire Archipelago, consisting of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of Aomawa settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands. Yarr! Okay, home to dwarves, sea creatures, blah blah blah. Oh my, what a choice. Humans and Orlands. Humans and dwarves. Aomawa, Orlan and Dwarven. Living lands. An assortment of races. The white that wends. Polar ice. Polar ice is not good for someone whose head is on fire. So I'm going to go for... Where was it? It had fire in it. Yeah, here. Deadfire Archipelago. That's where we come from. Excellent. Background. Aristocrat. That increases our lore. An explorer. Lore and survival. Survival's useful for everybody. Labourer. Merchant. Slave. Drifter. Hunter. Mercenary or raider. What do we think? What do we think our... What's the background of this person whose fire is on head? Whose fire is on head? Whose head is on fire! Ha ha ha. Why is their head on fire? Did they explore a bit too much? Lore and mechanics. I think we're going to be a merchant. Lore and mechanics. Okay. Now we have a choice of portrait. Now this is what will appear in the party thing at the bottom of the screen, where I am in fact. Oh, that's actually going to be a problem, isn't it? I'm in the way. I'll see if I can move it. Let's have a look. What do we have? Someone whose head is on fire? Yes, someone whose head is on fire. Colours, we'll stick with those colours. Aha, can we get in closer? So horns, bit of a mohawk type thing, and a curly horns. I think we'll go with curly horns. Yes. Next. Ooh. Voice. This is fun.
Yes.
I've got this.
Nice and slow.
Yes.
I shall lead us.
No, we've got to do female. Okay.
Silence surrounds me.
She's not Mystic.
Eh?
Leading the way.
Rah! Blade in the dark.
Sinister?
Huh?
Stoic?
Leading the way.
Noble. She's a merchant. I think she's going to be a stoic.
Nice and slow.
A stoic merchant. Okay, name. So you've seen the extent of my creativity when it comes to names. What can we call someone who has fire on their head? I think I'm going to... Now this is for the sophisticated ones amongst you. I'm going to name this after a pre-Raphaelite painting of a woman asleep wearing an orange dress, and her name is Flaming June. You can Google that. It's possibly a picture by Waterhouse, but don't quote me on that. Flaming June! Done. Now what happens? Oh, we have a quest! We have to journey to the Gilded Vale. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy, red, sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay
Got
out
it.
of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Okay, keep away from the sacred blazing
Tonight,
rocks.
everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
Yes. At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Dead in a day?
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He nods in our direction. Sparfel nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. We have some options now. Where would I find these berries? What are those ruins? Is it dangerous out here? What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground? Or leave. I'll go see about those berries then. So, don't assume that all of these options will always be available. So I can, if I choose number 1, it may lead down a route that means that I can't get the other options back. So, there's slight consequence in this game. I think the most important thing, though, is to find out where we can find the berries, otherwise we're going to die.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Okay. The other options have come back.
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Okay, so we have a little tutorial message telling us that depending on all of the options that we chose for the character in the beginning, we'll get also additional or limited responses in conversations as well. Let's close that down. Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Okay, so let's ask if it's dangerous.
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. Let's ask him what kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
Buick. This is important for the storyline. And what are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Okay. So we have no other options available to us, so I'm going to leave and I'll go and see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some
Yay!
helpless
First
tenderfoot,
member to the
not
party.
like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body.
No,
Got a
don't look for
schedule
my
to
body.
keep.
He scans over the travellers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy armour-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow. A tough one, then.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up in her own time. Yes. She needs to find some springberries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
And there we go. Let's pause. So we've created a character and the scene is now set for the beginning of our adventure. So I shall end this episode now, bid you a very fond farewell, and a tally-ho!